My name's Dr. Hun. I work for Icknield Archaeology. What we've got here is mostly 20th century evidence, Second World War air raid shelters. These are well built, they have drainage, so if it rained, they went down to a sump, they would have been dry. But the big fear at that period was attack using poison gas. It's interesting to reflect that during the war there would have been fire drills, school, they would have heard a siren go, and classes would have stopped immediately, because the idea of someone coming to kill you concentrates the mind very well, and they would have all filed out. They would have filed out to the designated air raid shelters. There's no historical evidence other than some letters that these things ever existed. So this is a part of the town's history and part of the school's history. If you have a look over there, you can see the entrances to these Triangle units, which would have probably held about 35, 36 people, all on benches. It would be very cramped. So we're talking about 1940, 41. But before that, there is nothing. This was an orchard. Doesn't seem to have been occupied until go back in time to the end of a medieval building there, which was unexpected. Just beyond the machine was the site of the gasworks, 1849 to about 1904, when it was closed and moved up further away. An area, the actual impact of that destroyed any of the medieval stuff. So we've only got a pocket of medieval material. The fragments of pottery are fairly small, so that indicates they've been kicking around. If they were large lumps, that would indicate that they were broken and discarded from a nearby house. We have got none of that evidence so far. They all fall within a 12th, 14th century date. But I think the most dramatic thing about this site is probably the air raid shelters. And people say, oh, well, that's not very old. Well, no, it isn't, but we're only a moment in time. And if you don't record these, they never existed. And clearly they did. And for certainly my father's generation, they would have been a very real, had a real impact on their lives.